If you've been asking yourself, how do I get my twin flame to come back? How do I get them to stay? You're certainly not alone. This is a question I get asked all the time. And so I've put together this video to address this very question. Hi, my name is 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐪, and for over 6 years, I've assisted twin flames with overcoming the pain they experience on their journey, come into union with their twin flame, and stay there. Whenever questions like this get asked, and there are more questions. I have diagrams with me to help you really understand what's going on, okay? Because with all the information that's provided online, if you are still asking yourself this question, there are reasons for it. I truly get it. You're ready to start your life. You want this person to be here and so on. But this question creates far more of a distance than you realize. And I'm going to break it down into these diagrams to help you understand why. Okay. And when you're asking questions such as, I have this here, it might be backwards, but I'll read it. What do I do to get my twin flame? Am I creating a push energy? How do I get them to do anything? Even if you and your twin flame are together and you're like, I can't seem to get them to do the things I want, to listen, and all this kind of stuff. When will they come back? Any of these questions, this is what's happening, okay? So here's my diagram. Your attention is on this person, okay? Your attention is focused on your twin flame, trying to produce an outcome, a result, a situation that benefits you. Anytime your attention, you're asking all these questions about your twin flame and your attention is on this person, then this is what happens. The person looks away. And there are reasons for this, okay? And when you remove the idea of twin flames, it'll help you understand this so much better. And that's what I typically do is take twin flame out of the whole dynamic situation and things like that. Yes, twin flame is different from other connections, but a good part of what you're experiencing in this connection, you have experienced it before. If you've been connected with other people, you're in a long-term connection where you struggle a lot to experience connection and so on, then you've experienced this. And your twin flame is the biggest mirror. So perhaps you were able to stay with whoever this person was for a really long time, even though you and this person could not stand each other. But when your twin flame comes and the same thing is happening, where you're trying everything to win the person, have the person, make the relationship pretty good, and all this kind of stuff, you have distance from yourself, and the person, not just your twin flame, reflects that distance from yourself. Okay. So, has it ever happened to you where you're trying so hard and then suddenly your feelings just stop out of the blue and you're like, you know what? I'm just going to focus on myself. And now suddenly that person desires you more. They want to be around you and things like those. And then maybe you went back into that cycle because you didn't realize what was happening and you're all about them all over again. And it looks like no matter how hard you try, they won't reciprocate. They won't show you the things that you're asking them to do and all this kind of stuff. You're becoming frustrated, or you became frustrated because this is in the past and you lost sight of yourself. You forget who you are, you forget the things you want to do in life. It seems like the connection just takes over your mind and you can't get anything else done. And now you're like, forget this person, and then it switches back. Okay, this is no different. When you're focused on anything, not just twin flame, this can be money. You have a heavy focus on it. You need to have it. It needs to be here, and so on. Again, you've left yourself. Your energy has left yourself, and it is on the person or the thing, and it's very hard for this person to come in. Okay. This is a time for you to let go of asking those questions. What do I do to get this person back? And change those questions to how do I connect with myself more? Okay. How do I shift this energy and come inward instead? How can I look at the things within myself that had created a disconnect with myself and others and begin to really heal those and work on those? This is what I assist clients with doing, is healing the connection they have with themselves. You've got to remember this one piece, okay? This seems to be left out and a lot of information out there. And this is why I'm here teaching you about connection. Your twin flame connection is a connection you're experiencing with yourself. This person is your biggest mirror. And it wasn't just this person, I have to reemphasize this, that showed you how you were connecting with yourself. So if you have a fear of being abandoned, a fear of being rejected. What if this person chooses someone else? What if they don't want to be with me? What if they get bored? Anything like those, feeling unworthy of love. It is very difficult to attract the kind of connection you want to experience with a partner because it has an energy. All these thoughts does not align with higher state of consciousness, with higher levels, with high energy, with romantic love, and so on. But it is not to say that there's something you're doing wrong or you're messing things up or anything like this. What I like you to know is that the fears that you are experiencing that are surfacing are a part of the journey. They are not separate. Perhaps you've been guided to ignore your feelings, ignore what the ego is saying, and do all of this kind of stuff. But you find that no matter how much you're ignoring them, they keep resurfacing. Okay. And this is because this connection does that. Other connections have been doing that. So we can move away from making it all about your twin flame, in which the fears, the limiting beliefs, the different things that haven't been aligned with the highest version of yourself comes up for the purpose of being processed, being released, and so on. Okay. And so while you are doing that, so this is coming back to this handout here, which is backwards. It's okay. I'll read it. What if the same problem happens again? I'm making this up. It's like you're not fully trusting your intuition. I'm not good enough for them. Why don't they reciprocate their feelings? So while you are working on these, guess who else is? Your twin. Because this person is you, is a mirror of you. And it hasn't just been this person, okay? And the changes you experience, they're experiencing those changes too. I've been asked by people if I have done this type of work with my partners in the past, would we have worked out? Would those connections have continued? And my response to this is no. It's highly unlikely if it was a karmic connection and it was there to teach you a lesson during the or several lessons. During those times you weren't aware of that. You didn't realize that these connections were coming in to show you how you connected with yourself, with love, your, let's say, call them boundaries for now. I'm not the biggest fan. That's another video in which I'll explain that. Being connected with yourself, being vocal, being feeling worthy, and all this kind of stuff. They were mirroring those things to you, and they were showing you the things in your shadows that you didn't realize were there, but you didn't know that at that time. And so your twin flame comes in a divine timing to show you these so that the fears, they're actually heightened for the purpose of you noticing them and seeing them. So many of my clients have said that this journey transformed their lives, and perhaps it has done that for you too, in which you see yourself in a different way than you ever have, and you've elevated from who you were in the past, or you're working on that, in which you're no longer living in fear and allowing fear to overtake you, but you're knowing what to do with them. You're knowing how to walk in your purpose, how to move forward, and all this kind of stuff. So when your twin flame appeared in your life, they initiated this healing experience that you're currently going through, your ascension process, and they are a part of that. So you are elevating to a higher consciousness, to a higher level of awareness, being aligned with a higher version of yourself. All right. And so when this happens, when you've done this type of healing, this is what happens. You begin to feel good on your journey and in your connection, no matter the outcome. The outcome doesn't affect you anymore because you've healed those different parts that come to surface, those fears and so on that came to surface after meeting your twin flame. And you feel balance in all areas of your life. Okay, this isn't about balancing yourself so that this person comes in and maintains, and it's a lot of focus on this person and I got to be balanced for this person. Nothing like that. Your whole life feels balanced. You feel really good inside, and you learn how to experience better connection with yourself, with others, and with your twin flame. You know, connection is one thing that is so important in our lives, but gets overlooked. We're often not aware of the disconnect that we experience within ourselves and with others. You know, a lot of people like to call the twin flame runners runners, but a lot of time there's a disconnect in the connection, which I will explain in another video. And you're also trusting in God's timing, okay? If there is any amount of, I need to control this, I need this outcome to happen right here, right now, not later, not tomorrow, when it comes to your connection. And again, with anything else in life, I like to use money as an example because it works the same way. It cannot come in. Surrendering is a huge part of this process where you're fully releasing control of any outcome and you're trusting the universe. You're trusting God that this connection is guided. You do receive guidance. Your twin flame is guided as well, whether they are aware of it or not. Perhaps it comes in as a feeling, like I feel like I need to do something or something like this. It's not one sided. This happens with both. And especially when your energy has come on to yourself. Okay, so this is my other diagram here. You're within your body. You're in alignment with a higher version of yourself, with God, with the universe. You're trusting. You're letting go of everything, okay? And this happens. Your twin flame feels that shift and feels drawn to you, whether they can understand it or not. It's like suddenly something's pulling me towards you, and I don't have control of this. Something, these are the things I hear from the divine masculine. Something keeps me connected with you, keeps me attached to you. Is it something that you're creating? No, you're shifting that focus. See how fabulous she's looking? She's like, I'm fabulous. Shifting that focus within, and your twin flame is energetically pulled towards you. And what does that look like? Let go of these questions. It doesn't matter, okay? So whether your twin flame is in a connection with someone else, or they're just simply avoiding you, or anything like this, different things happen that reveals the connection more and more to them, the connection you're experiencing together, and guides them towards you. Or perhaps that connection they're in begins to break down, or their life situation breaks down. Like some things just start to really not make any sense, or the universe comes in and pounds on them. This was my experience where the universe would not stop talking, and there's ego death. Perhaps at first it's like, all right, well, I don't trust my intuition. I'm just going to look at what's in the physical. And one experience after the next leads your twin flame to surrender and say, hey, there's no leaving this. So I'll follow my guidance. Whether they say it or not, or perhaps they're just choosing it, they feel drawn to you because they're connected more with their intuition. When you do not have this energy, you don't have this energy on them, they're more connected. They can feel their intuition and be drawn to you. So many divine masculines will say things like, I know you're the one. I don't have a question in mind. God has told me. I've seen things. I have visions. All of this stuff happens, but it's not because you're making it happen. Okay? So this is your moment to release any words, any thoughts that say, how do I get them back? What do I do to make them stay? How? You know, all of this on them, on them, on them. I'm telling you, this diagram is not going to go away. Okay? And bring that focus back in and recognize what the connection is showing you about yourself and your journey. Taking a look at these, the fears, and so on, because they're coming up for a particular reason. You're experiencing triggers for a reason. All right. And your twin flame feels guided and feels led and feels drawn towards you. And this isn't a temporary thing. Like, I'm just going to do this for this moment to get them to come back. This is permanent. Okay, so I'm going to remind you of the time when you were with the ex. I do bring up the ex sometimes, and you tried and tried and tried, and it didn't work. So when you keep on trying and you're seeing no results from that, the next step is for you to release trying. Let go of that and work on your fear of connection, any fears that you have of developing a strong connection with someone, because now is your time to experience that love that you feel inside of you. And it is never with control and expectations, ever. Okay. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Please share it with anyone you feel could use this message and subscribe if you haven't. Catch you next time. Bye.